Hi, it's Khadijah Yansani, your business mentor coach at bloomintoyou.com. And in today's video, I'm answering the question, how do I start my coaching business? So one of the most frequently asked questions that I get is, how do I start a coaching business? And in today's video, I'm going to give you some practical action steps that you could take right away to start and grow your coaching business. And if you want more tools and resources, I highly encourage you to check out my video library that is going to address the gamut of questions that new coaches ask. But before I start getting into this topic, I kind of want to address this elephant in the room about this question. How do I start my coaching business? And the reason that I say it's an elephant in the room because sometimes for some clients, it shows up as a limitation or a block. And this may or may not apply to you, but I want you to just hear me out and see if you can see yourself inside of this question. So during my experience working with clients, growing their coaching practice, I've found that sometimes I've actually given someone the tools to start and grow their practice. Yet somehow I can be met with, there's a reason why they can't do it. There's an excuse that they have, or somehow there's still a way that it's like, I don't know how to start my coaching business. And this is really, really important because starting your coaching business is something big, right? Like starting any kind of business, but for this video, we're talking about coaching. It's really big. So fear can come up, apprehension can come up, resistance can come up. And a lot of times it's unconscious, right? And so that's what we're doing as coaches is helping clients move through fear. And so one of the ways that fear or apprehension shows up is getting lost in the question of, well, I know I want to be a coach, I just don't know how to get started. And I have to tell you, I got to be honest, for me, I was trained as a coach about 10 years ago, and it took me years. I was stuck inside of this question, how do I get started as a coach? And do you know how to get started as a coach? Drum roll. The way to get started as a coach is to start coaching. And I know for some of you, you're like, well, how do I coach? I don't know how to coach. So for those of you that aren't already certified and don't know how to coach, there are some skills that you need to acquire, and there are tons of ways to do it. You can read books on coaching. You could actually work with a one-on-one coach, which I highly recommend because you can model what they do and get the visceral experience for yourself as to how coaching works. There are tons of training programs out there that you can sign up for to learn about different coaching models, to practice coaching and feel like a competent coach. So you really just have to do your research and decide where you're at in terms of your coaching skill competency. So you're trained now, right? So if you're at the place of like, I'm already trained as a coach and I just don't know how to get started, the thing that you want to think about is, who is your target market and audience? What's the problem that you want to help people with? Once you're clear about what that is, go out and find those people and offer them free consultations, right? So that's what you have to do. That's what we do as coaches, is we invite people into consultations and to see if it'll be a fit for us to work together. So you might be having the question, well, where do I find people? People are everywhere, at your gym, at your children's school, on social media. So one of the things that I see are a lot of coaches who want to be coaches or want to be working as coaches, but nothing on their social media profile states that that's what they are. So you kind of have this free real estate that's available for you to share what you do. Who in your life do you know already that you could make your services available for? And if it's the actual process that you don't get how to do, I have another video called the 9-step client creation process that actually walks you through step by step how you turn a conversation into a client. So definitely go and check that out. So make yourself visible on all of your social media profiles by stating what you do, which is that you're a coach. There's that and at least on Facebook and like LinkedIn, like you can say what your job is and link it to your Facebook page or to your website. You can ask people for referrals. You can host events, you can go to events, but the point is to start talking to people that are in the niche that you want to serve. So the big idea here is not to get stuck in the how do I get started. It's to decide to choose one thing and to take the first step. What do I need to do to get my first client? Have that be your first assignment and follow through on it, and then come back and look at what the next step is. Okay, so it's not about how do I create this large business. It's how do I get my first paying client? How do I get my second paying client? How do I get the first few and get really clear that this is what I actually want to do? And then from there, you'll decide what the next step is. So if after this video you're still like, how do I get my first paying client or how do I get my next client? I want to invite you into a business clarity call with me where we can dissolve that question and break it down for you once and for all. We're going to look at where you're at in your business and what's holding you back from moving forward with getting your work out into the world and helping all the people that you want to help. You can do that by going to bloomintoyou.com/now. Again, that's bloomintoyou.com/now. And if you have any questions that you'd like me to address in future videos, feel free to post them in the comments below. And until next time, all right, get started today.